think it's it.
Great. And you, Jacqueline?
My name is Jacqueline. I am 34 years old. I am from. I live in Araraquara City, and I am working on business analysis or analysis business.
Yes, business analytics.
With robot process automation.
Great. And you, Claudio?
This is.
Good evening. I live in São Paulo, in Santo Amaro neighborhood. I'm a geologist, and it's the second time I'm here, and I attended the last Monday, and I loved it a lot. I know Endel in my first meeting, another geologist. So 4% of the group is geologist. and the other 4% is automation engineering. Okay, good.
Yeah, and I work with IT as well. So we are here at technology, and go ahead, Endo.
Yeah, and Earth Science. So my name is Endo Miller. I am 32 years old. I'm from Goiânia, but nowadays I'm doing my studies here in Campinas, São Paulo. And yeah, that's it.
Great. So guys, we can start with our questions. So the question number 1 is, since in 1991, the Amnesty International has begun to consider discrimination against homosexual as a violence of human rights. So why do we still see so much? Jacqueline, please.
I know, understand.
Okay, since the 1991 is do you have the questions?
Yes, it's in the chat.
Jacqueline?
Não entendi, desculpa.
Do you have the questions?
No.
No, okay, so I will send on the chat the questions, okay?
Okay. Thank
you. Thais, can you go ahead, please?
Yes, can I try? And I don't know, it's a difficult time because we have some problems, structural problems, I think so. And in my opinion, the main point is the control. So we need to control all the persons and categorize them, and maybe then to try control this person, and that's why we need but the system needs to control these people. And I don't know explain it in English, but I don't know if the main idea can get in the air, but it's more or less it.
Yeah, I understand you. And you, Wendell, what do you think?
Well, my opinion, I think it's because it's so hard to come out of the general pattern, for example, the heterosexuality. So, we have the humanity, the whole history of the humanity doing the same with apartheid and hiding the difference. You know, the difference is hiding. So it's nowadays hiding is a peer, you know, is rising and trying to get their rights. So I think the you know the humanity try to act, you know, with violence because don't want to deal and don't want to face the difference. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, into Claudio.
Well, I think at first hand, because we don't like the different. For example, we feel threatened. We are afraid of the different. But in a second thought, perhaps why we are feel threatened or we feel afraid? Perhaps because we identify with this and we don't accept, not exactly the other, but for example, the homosexuality in yourself. So if you see a third person, it's a gay or homosexual, I could feel threatened because if I got it's like him, it's like something like that. It's a second thought. But in general, we have this difficulty to accept people as they are, because our models of life or religions, patterns, or machist pattern, and so on.
Okay, I understand you. Jacqueline, do you understand the question right now?
No.
No. Okay, let me try to explain to you. Discrimination against homosexual is a violence of human being. Okay, and so why do you think we see it so much? Do you understand?
Oh yes, but I think my answer was about that.
No, Jacqueline, sorry.
For Jacqueline, okay.
Yeah, but okay, let's continue.
Sorry, teacher. I don't understand.
Okay, but feel comfortable to talk when you feel comfortable, okay? There's no problem.
Okay.
So I think that it's, as you said, social construction, so people will still avoid and what is different. So they don't feel comfortable when they see transgender, lesbian, LGBTs in general. So they try to avoid these kind of people in society because it seems like they don't tolerate this kind of people. Okay, the question number 2 is, since in 1990, homosexuality has not been considered a disease by the WHO, WHO, the World Health Organization. So if it's not a disease, why do people still believe in gay care? Claudio, can you start, please?
Well, I think it's the same reasons we talked in the other question, because people are crazy. They believe in a pattern. I think it's this kind of gay cure. Mainly the most religions, Christians, né? The Christians generally don't accept in any way the homosexuality or LGBT. So they try to cure, to resolve the problem, but it's impossible. It's a violence against the person.
Yeah, guys. In the Taish, what do you think?
Sorry for the delay. And I think it's a problem of not acceptation about the own sexuality of the people that he was appointed, the another people. It's in my opinion, it's a way to control again, and the spare incorrect and the not correct, and the all categories that I accept is correct, and if I not accept is not correct. It's a disease. It's a thing that I need the model and the transform. It's a way of control, in my opinion. As the first question that I could I couldn't explain my opinion in the right way, but it's more or less.
No, there's no problem. Yeah, Jacqueline, can you share your opinion?
No.
No. Okay, no problem. Andrew.
Well, I think maybe it's because of the lack of comprehension and understanding about this subject. Because if the world don't want to face the situation and understand the difference, they don't know how to handle with, So I think it's a kind of system, because if they don't try to understand, they don't know how to handle, and they start to believe in a hill, trying to follow the patterns, influenced by the church, by the religion. That's a very, how can I say, narrow life, very narrow and simple life with a lot of models, and the society trying to reproduce a lot the same. And when something come out of this pattern, try to change them. So yeah, it's a system, a sad system.
Yeah, and it's really hard because when we talk about a gay cure, we're not talking about some medicines or stuff like that. It's a psychological violence against a person. So it's really brutal. And there are some movies, some news that when we research about it's really sad. The question number 3 is, they say the devil put that on us. The psychologist asked if I had been raped in my childhood. And so why society is still trying to blame LGBTs instead of accepting them. Angel, what do you think?
Yeah, I would think the answer two is connected with the previous answer that the second, the system. And how deep is this problem? Because when I'm a doctor, by psychologists do say something like that, seems that they have inside of them, the same pattern. Because, oh no, this cannot be, real, or cannot be true, had been changed, So, I mean, a scientist, that is studied the whole life to say something, very full like that. So, yeah, that's it. It only show us how deep is this problem, this question. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and normally is one psychologist against 100,000 of psychologists that don't have this opinion. So it's really hard when people try to accept this as a truth, and they search about it, that just one that think that it's correct when it's not. Thais, what do you think?
I think it's a very difficult theme because it's only about the other sides of the coin, because when we think in to be accepted, it say a lot about the persons that is privileged about your own conditions. So, for example, am I cisgender? And if I have a problem in my officer, for example, with some guys, if with some a form about discrimination, it's probably about sexism, but it's not about I don't know the name about this LGBTs. The
Yes,
the
LGBT phobia.
how
LGBT phobia.
phobias? Yes, but I work with some guys in this um uh, uh, that are LGBTs, and they suffer a lot, and they told me about your previous works, and in most of these previous works, they suffer uh, just about be LGBTs, and well, because the society don't accept them, and it's I don't know the why, but I know that it's very difficult for the LGBT community.
Yeah, it's a huge problem because, as I said, even in your workplace, it's hard because you have this kind of problem, and you are not acceptable sometimes your home, you are not acceptable in a society, you are not acceptable in your workplace. So who the hell is it?
Until the point that you own don't accept it because the society don't accept you.
Yeah,
It's the problem.
it's a great point because sometimes LGBT, they try to don't accept themselves because of it. They try to put it in yourself since our childhood. So we start to agree that it's not true. It's not right. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio, what do you think?
Yes, the word blame, I think it goes together with the word guilt. And I think it's a good using the word control. It's a good way to control people to act in a way. So if you don't agree with someone, if these people in our society is like that, is some kind of evil, try to put the guilty on me. Put the don't accept the person, they put a guilt in that person. It's worse. I think it's a second death, a second cruelty, because the first thing it's wrong already, but the second put the guilt in this person. It's more cruelty. So
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, I can even imagine go to a psychologist and it starts something like this. It's not good to think about it. Okay. The question number 4 is to accept those who are not heterosexual and cisgender is difficult for some people. Is it possible to change this? What do you think, Claudio?
yes, I think more or less the society is better. For example, in my work environment, people, for example, the last 2 years, or a specific woman there, just bring her partner, another woman, and presented for everyone. Oh, that's my girlfriend, and well, it's normal. So let's go get a coffee and talk. And I think it's more common. If it's in the extreme, or for example, oh, I'm gay or a lesbian, but sometimes, as the video you showed, there are transitions. And sometimes it's more difficult to understand, because sometimes the person is acting like a man and then put a dress like a woman, and it's very difficult to understand. But well, he or she is like that. But yes, it's necessary to change. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and the video doesn't talk about drag queens, but as I said, it can be a man or a woman that dress as a woman. So I love it, drag queens. It's a window.
Yeah, I believe it's totally possible to change, but it's very hard, And I'm thinking about what Claudio says. Very interesting, because we we study the earth science, for example. What the nature show us. When you think you understand something, and and you will see with more detail, you see that everything, almost everything you thought it was is change, is different, because the nature have a lot of different particularities, to be studied. It's not a simple thing, changing a lot, it's changing a lot. And why the people is not the same, we are the nature as well, so we have a lot of different as well, transitions between the things. And yeah, I think it's possible to change, but it's hard. And sometimes I believe, I really believe that we cannot to change without fight, but in terms of, to face the problem, to be anti the situation, to rise against, to say that, I do not approve this behavior, that people, can enjoy, have to stay with us, sometimes we, the people will feel uncomfortable, the society will feel uncomfortable, I don't know, I do not understand, whatever, we have to do it, if you want, if you like or not. So that's it. That's, I believe, sometimes it's a bit hard to, you have to put up a little first, in that way.
Yeah, and people normally say, "Oh, they are fighting for in a way that is not good." But guy, it's so many years that we are in silence, and if you are fighting, we are crazy. So it's a problem that sometimes people don't understand. Thais, what is your opinion?
So it's about this change, the possible of this change. I think this confusion and this spectrum, this transition, it's, for me, it's already a sign that we are walking in a way of this change, because in the point, from the point that we couldn't categorize it. So I see someone, and this one, it's only a person. It's a person. It's another person. It's the best way to to change this. So for me, it's already a sign of the change. And we know that this LGBTQ mais, it's a sign that we how society we are try confusing the system to don't be captured. So I think we already seen this movimentation, this change a bit.
Yeah, I will ask another question using the same questions. And what do you think? How do you think that we could change the society by the school, by I don't know, in your home? What kind of attitudes do you think that we must have to change the society? What do you think, Thais?
I don't understand the question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what actions do you think that we could do to change the society? You think that we could teach her about a gender identity and sexual orientation in the schools? We think we could, as Endo said, fight for it. And what do you think?
Um, I think, for example, that this that we are doing now, discussion about this theme, it's the most important. So, but not only with it's comfortable for us talking about. For example, and I don't know because I didn't about this theme before I joined in this class, so it was a good surprise for me. But it's important we talking with the people that don't agree about uh, our point of view. So, for example, uh, my I don't know the name of this, but my father-in-law,
Yes.
my father-in-law,
Okay.
it's very pre
Mm,
preconceituoso. I don't know.
I don't
For
Prejudice.
remember. I
I
don't
per,
remember. I will search
uh,
just a minute.
it's very intolerant with the people that the LGBT people. So even that it's only a a few job, a few a few try uh, a little way to change the word talking with him that don't agree and told about don't accept. I always talk with him about it, even that he be upset with me after it. So I even find a way to talk about this point. So
Mm,
I think it is a way to allow us
yeah, I
to
understand you. As you said, I think it's really important we talk with people that have different points of views. I think it can make a really better conversation, and we can achieve uh, a good point that is good to everyone. I think this is the most important of the conversation. And you, Claudio, what do you think?
Well, to change the society, I think I have to change myself. I mean, for example, I have to face that I'm a white man that came from a traditional family, and I have to face that I am racist, I am have a prejudice against the homosexual. Uh, uh, as I didn't think I am, but I am, because it's in my education. So, for example, now there's a very strong movement to all of us to pay attention in our words and in our vocabulary, because we are constantly saying racist and prejudice words without be aware of this. So it's very important to change myself, so we can change the society.
Yeah. Oh, Claudio, you should be here last week because we talked the whole week about races.
Yes, I watched the one in YouTube. It's before I know the class, and then I like it a lot. I watched some minutes, and then I enrolled it. I booked the next last Monday.
Great. Into Wendell.
Yeah, I totally agree with Claude, gave us an awesome answer about this. I think, what you are doing right now is very important because we are here, we have different ages discussing about, a controversy topic. So it's important to, try to deal and how to handle our opinion in order to make this conversation better, understandable, and we are live on YouTube. It's important as well. And I think what it means that we are making our life political, political behavior. If you believe the change, it's I think it's funny because sometimes the people try to fight for rights, in terms of my profession. In that, I have to go to the fight for rights in my profession. Why do you do that in your profession and you don't do for yourself, for the human rights? So that's absolutely that. You have to make our life a kind of political thing in order to make the difference in the world, and try to get out and live it better than we see in the beginning, that when we born here. That's it.
Great. So let's skip to the question number 6. Have you ever felt rejected by the society in some moments? It can be in a general way. You don't need to talk about LGBT things, and you can talk about any subjects. Okay. And how did you feel? Thais?
So in my previous job, I had very problem with some guy that was very 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 machist, sexist, and all it is that you could imagine. And I had big problems there because it. And the worst part that it was the another people see the situation and don't do nothing. So it's the worst thing, the worst thing that could happens to me. So I dismissed from this work, and I'm so happy for it because it was very difficult.
Yeah, I understand you. And you, Claudio?
Well, in some sense, yes. I think if society is a small group, I think everyone and myself for sure felt rejected. But I can remember more examples of I'm privileged in respect of other minorities. Just an example, for example, when I was in a car with my family, I was stopped by a policeman, a big policy operation. And I just, they asked for me to stop, and I opened the window, the glass of the car. And when the policeman, a very angry man, a very stupid man, but when he see I was white, my daughter has a blue eyes, happened something I never managed. He asked me apologies. Oh, sorry for you to stop your car. And I know if it's the other one is it's a black skin, it will be completely different. It will okay do many things, but that's it. Okay.
Yeah, guys. So welcome again. So guys, how is the conversation in the small room? The user, can we start, please? Share with us.
Yes.
Zoom user
Zoom
is
user.
Thais.
Thais, welcome.
Yes, she was in my room.
Thank you.
How was the conversation, Thais?
It's cool. I'm like too.
Great.
That's it.
Okay. And for you, Isabel?
It was a really nice conversation. We could agree in a lot of points, and it was nice, yeah, and respectful.
Okay, this really important. And for you, Saulo, a long time I don't see you.
Wow, it was really nice. Man, I gotta tell you, this was one of the toughest meetings I've ever been, like difficult questions, but I really appreciated that we had some interesting discussions and experiences, and thank you. This was a great opportunity.
Okay. So guys, I just want to say thank you for you all, and I really hope to see you here next week. So I'm here every Wednesday at 10 p.m. and that's it, guys. So thanks so much, and I will ask for you to answer the feedback that I will send here on the chat. Just a minute, because okay, guys. Please answer the feedback. It's really